Hi and welcome back. In this video we're going to be taking a look at this. This is the fosiaudio ZD3 preamp and DAC. Yes, it's a really great looking bit of kit. The connectivity is superb and it rates incredibly highly against its competition. So Fosi's branding appears to be moving away from its hi-fi made fun to more redefining hi-fi with unmatched value. Now in the box of the ZD3, you've got the ZD3 itself, a USB-A to USB cable, your antenna for your Bluetooth, a 12-volt power supply, your 12-volt trigger switch, a remote control, and a small user manual. On the front of the ZD3, a long press of the burnt orange button will turn the unit on. This also acts as the volume control. Short presses of the same button will cycle between HDMI, USB, Bluetooth pairing, optical and coax inputs, all clearly visible on the circular OLED display. Over on the rear of the ZD3, you have your balanced XLR outputs to connect your amplifier. Similarly, a standard set of RCA outputs, a 12-volt trigger switches, digital coax input, HMDI ARC input for connecting a television or similar, an optical input, and a USB-B input. Your 12-volt power input and a Bluetooth aerial connector. On the bottom of a unit is a simple switch which allows you to switch off the preamp stage so that the unit will work as a DAC only. Inside is where you obviously not only find the various chips, including the new ESS9039Q2M DAC chipset, but also the 3 interchangeable op amps. So why would you want to change or roll your op amps? Well, it allows you to change the sound profile. Different op amps have different sound profiles, maybe warmer, sharper, clearer, etc. In fact, it's, I suppose, a very similar practice to years ago. People used to change different valves within a valve amplifier. Now, I don't have all the tools necessary to actually carry out a full in-depth evaluation of this type of DAC. However, the guys over at Audio Science Review do, and they rate it very highly indeed. I've put a link in the description below so you can go and check that whole review out if you want to, where you'll find it covers all aspects of the frequency and noise tests, as well as looking at the balanced XLR, the RCA and the HMDI ARC outputs. In fact, it gives it a score of 117, which is in the excellent range alongside the very capable topping DX3 Pro, but also the Vice DAC 205, which was reviewed over 12 months ago, however retails at over 5 times the cost of the ZD3. So what we can gather is the fosiaudio ZD3 is really well featured. It's got great connectivity and it comes up real trumps in the tests. But I think where we're going here is that we need to pair it with an amplifier to get the most out of it. Now, you could feature the ZD3 with any amplifier you've already got and it will work perfectly well. A small streamer, you've got the connectivity and it will sound great. However, personally, I think most people will want to team the ZD3 up with the ZA3 amplifier from fosiaudio. Now, I've spent the last couple of weeks streaming music via both the Bluetooth and via having an optical cable plugged in to a music streamer. Now, the Bluetooth is aptX, it works perfectly well, and the range is very good. However, I still prefer streaming music via a music streamer because the quality just seems that much better. The sound quality is definitely an improvement over the Bluetooth. I've also spent some time with the ZD3 connected to my television via the HMDI ARC, and it's nice to be able to use your TV remote control to up and down the volume on your sound system. Now, you're only ever going to get a 2.1 sound system out of this, and that's with a subwoofer. So if you're looking for more a 5.1 or 7.1 surround sound, you're probably going to want something more specific than the ZD3 ZA3 combo. But one of the biggest surprises to me was actually the ability on the ZD3, obviously whilst connected to ZA3, to be able to switch between the XLR balanced inputs and the RCA inputs. And I was really surprised how much of an improvement the XLR inputs were over the RCA. In fact, so surprised that I've done a small sound demo, which will follow in a moment. Now, granted, not the best demo in the world. Music's only some cheap stuff on YouTube Studio. But what I hope it gets over is that there is not only a volume difference, and I haven't altered the volume, but the clarity is a lot better using the XLR. Now, that could be because, I don't know, the number of op amps are 2-to-1 in favor of the XLR. It could be that it's to do with the ZA3, where once again the XLR has the favorable op amps as opposed to the RCA. However, I'm sure some clever person on YouTube can fill me in on this. So I'm going to try and sum up what I think of the fosiaudio ZD3. Well, there's no denying, in my personal opinion, that it really is a nice looking little bit of kit. And if you were to team it up with the ZA3, then you're going to get a really nice little package for desktop or even as your main sound system, depending on the space you've got. The connectivity is great. In my opinion, the build quality is great. You have a handy little remote control, which enable you, when using the combo, to control the volume and various functions of both the ZA3 and ZD3. And the sound is very neutral. However, with the change of op amps, you could change this to suit your own musical preference on how you like the profiles of your sound. Budget-wise, the ZD3 is not exactly cheap, however it's not expensive, and for the technology that it has with it, it is similarly priced to similar DACs with the same chip and features. So we know it performs well, but do you go out and buy the ZD3? Well, that's going to be a very personal choice to you. Do you need all the connectivity it offers? Do you want to be able to swap your op amps, or even do you like the looks of it? And I guess you've also got to consider whether you'd want to go and buy the ZA3 as well to match them both up, because there's no doubting they do look great together. But again, you'd be spending extra money. Well, whatever you decide, leave me some comments and let me know your thoughts below. And should you decide you do want to buy it, then please check out the links below. There's a discount of $32 if you type in the coupon code. And once again, thanks very much for watching, spending the time, if you have, to look at this review. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you'll be kept up to date of anything further on the channel.